There are a lot of adulteration going on in the market. So you get a bag of stock fish and they've preserved it with sniper.
Jesus,
Oh, yes.
Lord. Hello everyone, my name is Omon Odike and you are watching Omon's Couch. Please keep watching. Today we have a very special guest who has achieved remarkable success in the business world. She's the founder of a leading food company which specializes in providing high-quality palm oil, spices, and soup bundles. What sets her apart is that she started this venture just 4 years ago while juggling a demanding 9-to-5 job. Despite the challenges, she's managed to serve over 10,000 customers, both within and outside Nigeria. Her expertise in entrepreneurship is truly impressive. She is widely recognized for her aggressive and passionate marketing skills. Through various trainings, she has empowered numerous SMEs to market their business shamelessly, and I quote, and achieve outstanding results. Moreover, our guest is highly sought after as a video expert, having created captivating videos for over 200 entrepreneurs. She's on a mission to assist thousands of businesses in enhancing their brand visibility, influence, and ultimately driving sales through the power of videos. I am delighted to introduce to you the remarkable individual behind all these achievements, none other than Uduak Odungide, CEO UdyFoods. Nice to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Great to have you.
Same here.
It's been a pleasure. We've been looking for you. It's been hard to get you away from your palm oil, and now you're here.
I'm here now.
I'm happy to have you.
Thank you so much.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming to Omon's Couch. We are so delighted to have you here. We are all so happy to hear your story, the woman behind UdyFoods. So I know you laugh a lot and you play a lot, but today we want to hear the real stuff, the juices are behind everything.
Thank you so
One of the things that interested me was your style. Our viewers would like to hear your story from when you started your 9-to-5 job and you transited into your current business. How was it? How did you start the journey? We want to hear every single thing.
Okay, so I got back from service and I got a job, went for the interview. I was interviewed. Okay, I got the job. So I resumed. So one of the guys that interviewed me was the head of one of the department in finance, Mr. Dapo, I can't forget. And he offered to always pick me up in the morning since we stayed around the same area.
Yes.
And so he picks me up, we laugh, gist. So this particular day, I realized he was not in the mood for a gist.
Okay.
So I had to ask him, Mr. Dakwa, what's happening? What? He said, oh, the wife had just come in from UK and got some items, and the wife has asked him to help her sell. I said, what type of item? He said, clothing, fashion for women, wears. I said, don't worry, when we get to the office, it's not just to show people. He said, I said, you do it for me. I said, don't worry, I'll do it for you. I don't come from a family of entrepreneurs.
Okay.
So I've never sold before.
Anything.
So when I got to the office, I brought out the bags, about 4 to 5 bags. I showed, hi. Yeah, so I said, okay, guys. Oh yeah, come.
We have stuff
We have stuff to sell. And before we turn, I sold out everything.
Wow.
So subsequently, anybody that had anything to sell, you hear my colleague say, go and meet Uduak. She will sell it for you and she'll collect. She's not that person that you will see your money. She will sell it and nobody owes her.
Wow.
So the ones that had tiger nuts, those who can't keep Uduak, please come and help. And a lot of times I realized that they had products, but they were too shy to even tell me to help them. So I always offered. I said, I heard that you're selling this thing. Why are you not showing us?
But they give you any commission at all?
I'm coming there.
Okay.
So I just did it for free. To the one that had more to sell, the one that had shoes to sell, I was always there. You know, because I get to the office quite early. I get to the office 6:30 and we resume 8. So 6:30 to 7:30, I would have done the adverts for them. So one day my head of department called me into her office, Mrs. Shade Olawonye, I can't forget her too. And she said, Uduak, how much commission do you get from these items? And I told that commission, I don't get any commission. I'm just happy that he said, you do it for free. I said, yes, it's free. I'm just happy I can.
You can assist, yes.
She looked at me and said, you're very good at this. Go and think of what you can sell. I said, okay. So I go back to my seat and her voice just kept recurring, and I said, okay, so I should think of what to sell. Yeah. So immediately I remembered my uncle used to go to he stays in Abuja. He goes to the village, and he told me once that he goes to the village, get palm oil, take it to Abuja and sell. I said, I used to say, and people buy. So I just thought of it, palm oil. So we traveled home for my mother-in-law's burial, and I had about 15K left. There are some figures you can't forget.
I know.
So after the burial, I just went into the village market, saw palm oil. I bought 4 kegs, brought them back to Lagos. And turned them, that's 25 liters now, I turned them into smaller gallons, that's 5 liters,
yes.
And I took them to the office. So when I got to the office, now yes, so now my turn
to sell.
So I said, okay, it's my turn to sell. I couldn't sell again. I was so shy.
Wow.
Oh God, how will I start? But I kept looking at the guy. I said, these gallons can't go back home with me. I just walked into the office. Our office was an open area. I said, hey guys, I have palm oil. And everyone was like, who gave you palm oil again? She said, I know this one is my own business. Your business.
Okay.
And that's what I always tell people, that the good seeds you sow will always speak for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So everybody came. I sold out in like 15 minutes. I sold out the palm oil. So the second day, one of my colleagues came back and said, Uduak, I've never been able to get this type of good palm oil. The palm oil is so good. So the other guy came and said
quality was working for you.
Said, my wife loved your palm oil. The wife is from my place. And I said, the last time she used this type of palm oil was when she was back home. Mm-hmm. One day I told myself that I could not continue selling to only my colleagues. So if a family buys a gallon of palm oil, 5 liters, it will take them 3 to 1 month.
Exactly, before they exhaust it and come for more.
Back. So I went back to my seat, and that question kept recurring, that there should be more customers outside. And I just heard this word in my spirit: social media. I'm an introvert to the core.
Okay, so before then you were not even on social media.
No, I'm the last person you see on social media.
Wow, and now you own it.
So I said, okay, I went on Instagram to be precise, and I just saw different things. I didn't know where to start from. I just did an account, logged in. It's normal to know how to sign up. Yeah, I did that, and I just kept looking at what people were doing. And a lady just popped up and said she was doing a class on how to use Instagram for sales.
Okay.
So I registered for the class. It was like 2,000 naira, 1,500 or so. And she talked about pictures, taking quality pictures. So I did that, started posting. My colleagues were still buying, but the sales was not coming in, The beauty of it for me was that I didn't know pricing. I didn't know anything about pricing. So everything I sold, I put it back into the business. Of course, I had my salary staying. And so one day I looked at the account. Okay, I was selling and putting it back. Yes. It was a good amount. So I told my nanny, I was still doing 4 gallons, 6 gallons. So I told myself, why not push to 40?
Exactly.
Push to 40. So I ordered for 40 gallons. So I had my home, we had this long lobby. So they arranged the 40.
Of the 5 liters on the...
No, the 25 liters.
The 25,
now.
Okay.
Yeah. So one day I got back from work and my nanny said, Ma, this particular oil is not moving, or what's happening? So I looked at it and I said, So I went into my room. I remember vividly well that evening. I knelt down and I said, Holy Spirit, there must be a way out. What do you want me to do differently? And it was a short, sincere prayer. Mm-hmm. And I heard so clear, the Holy Spirit said, you're going to do an advert in Pidgin. Your brand is a Pidgin brand.
Wow.
And I stood up and I said, on the social media that I know, they said it's for Tush people.
Tush people, exactly.
So I called like 2-3 people that had been in the space for a long time, and I said, this is the idea I have. I want to start doing adverts in Pidgin. They said, no, you can't do that. That will be too local. That will be too this.
Yes.
I was, it discouraged me, and But you know one thing about the Holy Spirit, when He gives you that instruction, He leaves.
Yes.
So it's not left for you to do it.
Yes.
So I struggled with that instruction, and one day I was on my way to Abeokuta for a training. I was at Beggar. We were waiting for people to join the bus. So I just brought out my phone. I said, what's the worst that will happen?
Exactly.
So I brought out my phone, and the first thing that came out of my mouth was, Namibi Ogbonge Palm Oil Mama.
Wow.
And I talked in pidgin about how I'd seen people adulterate oil, the dangers of consuming adulterated palm oil. I recorded that video. It was less than a minute video. And I looked at it, played it like almost 20 times.
Like, God, what will people say?
And I sent it to a friend of mine, and she said, post. So in time I was like, even if you didn't tell me to post, I was saying to post.
Yeah.
So I posted it and had
immediately
views. You know, when you just start business on Instagram, you are looking at your DM to check if there's inquiries,
comments and all.
So everyone was buzzing, my page was buzzing. I said, are you kidding me?
You finally listened to the Holy Spirit. That's what happened.
Yes, there was a clear difference. Sales picked up, and I went back again. I said, Holy Spirit, what next? He said, your bell, you're going to get a bell. So I had this bell you ring.
Oh, just normal bell?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're going to get that, and you're going to dress in your attire. We have this, your attire in Akwa Ibom.
Okay.
So I got everything, got the bell. I did a video again.
Seriously?
People started sharing. I was like, okay.
Wow.
So it confirmed.
And this was selling palm oil?
Just palm oil.
Wow.
It confirmed that scripture that says the foolishness of God is better than the wisdom of man. So that was a practical description of that scripture. So I was just shocked. So I kept at it. People started asking for crayfish, for other spices. Things. I said, no, I don't have. It's just palm oil. So when I asked myself, I said, you can't keep saying no now. Money is...
Exactly. You're leaving money on the table.
Yes, I said spices. I don't know how to do spices. What? The Holy Spirit said, get into the markets. So I got into Imbo market, and I started checking. I was just working. When I'm led, I'll ask this person. The first person I was led to said, come, let me show you. She showed me somebody that was going to teach me. And I met the lady. She said she was fantastic. That was how we added pepper soup, banga. She
taught you how to mix the spices?
Yes.
From scratch?
Yes. So she now said, but she was producing at first. And later on I now told her I needed to also learn how to do it. So she said, oh, don't just do pepper soup spice. People like Misala, people like Ziza, people like Banga.
Wow.
So we added that, then we added crayfish. My 9 to 5 was still there. So it got to a point that I was losing customers because I get home, I leave the house 5:15. I don't like traffic. So I leave the house later 5:15, 5:20.
Wow.
And by 6:15, 6:20, I'm in the office. So I used that time to quickly catch up whatever messages I'd had that were outstanding. But it was so much that I was losing customers. People were upset. So I spoke to a pastor friend of mine, and he told me that you cannot grow alone if you want a bigger vision for your business. So you can't do it alone. You need to bring in somebody. I said, bring in somebody from Bell. How will I pay the person? No. He said, only you will make 100,000. But when you get somebody else to join you, you're going to increase to 400,000. Yeah. That he was already in business, so he knew. So I said, okay. He said, you don't need to look for someone, just look for someone that has finished secondary school that you can pay a little amount. So I just asked my landlord's son, and she said, we had somebody.
Okay.
And she came, and we started. I think her first salary was, is it 20,000 or 15,000 then? And she was very fast. So I was showing her what to do. So I had to get another phone, give to her, and I taught her how to respond to DM, how to. So with that, the business grew, and the house could no longer contain, and we had to move out of that area. So where we were moving to, the lady said she was not going to allow gallons and all those things, and the fear came again. Are you sure you want to start paying for a store? And I said, So I started looking. I said, that was the only option available.
Yes.
Is either I get the shop or we shut down the business. Because my husband was not ready to compromise the agreements that we had signed. So I started looking for a shop. That's a normal one shop.
One room shop.
Yes. Yeah. So we got one. I said, okay. He told me the rent. Remember, that's the benefit also of starting a side business alongside your 9 to 5, because my salary was there.
Still there.
So the business funds were there. So the money I just needed to make was just to take some savings from my salary and add, and we paid for the place.
So you took that bold step?
Yes, I did. So we started, so it got to a point also, Fadekemi was not able to cope alone.
Oh, that's
so
the lady who was working with you.
So we now had to get somebody else
person
to assist with Instagram and all that. So that's how the business started. Yeah.
Interesting. And I'm sure it's in a very good place right now.
Yes.
So what's your staff strength? How big has the business grown just from that simple start or humble start?
Of 18.
You have about 18?
Yes.
Wow.
So we moved from the shop, then we moved to a 2-bedroom bungalow, then we moved to this other space now where we are presently.
Okay.
Just us. So the place was so big, and just like the power of social media, I started going on Instagram Live. I talk about, and out of my pain point, I'd moved now from palm oil, spices, crayfish, dry fish, and I sat one day, each time I have to leave Victoria Island and get to the island, the market is closed. Because I want to cook.
Oh, at home.
So I realized that I want to cook afang. I bought afang leaves. It's when I get home, and I remember that the water leaf I'm meant to cook the afang with, I left it hurriedly on the lady's table. So I'm stranded. So an idea came. I said, you can put together a soup bundle for working class.
So it was from your own problem that you're able to have a solution for everybody.
Yes.
Wow.
So we put together soup bundles. So soup bundles, we have afang soup bundle. So everything you need to cook a pot of afang
is
in the right proportion.
Even with the meat and
goat meat, the pomo, the stock fish, the dried fish, the yellow pepper,
so all the proteins, the veggies, everything is complete.
The water leaf is already cut for you. The afang is pounded for you. So all you need to do is cook.
Wow. Were you not scared about doing such a combination because of being there? I mean, those things getting spoiled, preservation, with food.
That was an idea that I had for a year, and I did not implement it after a year. I fought it, I struggled with it.
For one whole year?
Yes, I woke up one day and said, I'm going to do this. What's the worst that will happen?
You didn't research it at all?
I didn't know where to do the research. I didn't know who was doing it.
That's true. There's nobody really doing that.
I didn't see anybody doing it. So I told myself, okay, if I was to cook at home, what do I need? So I put up everything together. I advertised it. People loved it. I added the icon.
So that means you tried and tested it at home? At least the portions and the quantities?
Yes. I thought of my Yoruba people, Eforiro. We put together Eforiro, we did the pepper for them, we blend, we cook it for them, cut the shoko for them. We moved to Oha, we moved to bitter leaf. So that's how we were able to build that bundle.
But you definitely love cooking on your own.
No, I don't love cooking.
Are you serious?
No, I don't love cooking.
And you're providing food for everybody?
No, I don't love cooking.
Wow, okay. So I think you're driven more about solving this problem.
Yes. So each time
for women
who
don't have time
to
make the food.
This is the challenge I have. I'm thinking, what can I do?
Okay.
What can I do? Like someone called me yesterday and said, Uduak, that soup bundle was a lifesaver.
Wow.
Because she just told the nanny to just wash the vegetables. She just went in and cooked. Everything was ready.
In a very short time.
In a very short time. So we had that bundle. We launched that out. And when I went on Instagram Live, I was teaching them how to cook the bundle. So we started doing cooking series on Instagram every Thursday.
Okay.
So this particular Thursday, I taught them how to cook ekpan kukwo. So somebody online just said, okay, it's our native. So we use water yam and cocoyam.
Okay.
We grate it both together.
Okay.
Then we wrap with the cocoyam leaves. So we put stockfish, periwinkle, more saint leaf.
I haven't eaten that before.
Oh, you love it.
I guess you would have to send some to me.
You love it. You love it. So someone online just said, Uduak, this process is too much. Can you just cook this thing and I will buy it? The first person said it and I laughed. I said, you buy.
No, even the pack was not enough. The bundle is not enough. They just want already made. Okay.
So the second person said the same thing, and I said, okay. So I just did an advert on my page, and I said, Ekpan Kuku available for order. Yes.
Is this a recent development, or it's been there? Okay,
yeah,
back then.
Yes, 2 years ago now. Yeah. So people started ordering for Ekpan, so we started making it every Friday. So in the course of using Pigeon to build the brand, I started doing videos. I do videos. If you wake me up at night to market anything, I'm sure I will sell you.
I could see that.
So I started doing videos. So there's this lady, Nelly, that organizes Nigeria Branch Trade Fair, and she reached out to me and said, no, I reached out to her. I said, I can do a video for this fair. And she said, okay, I'll do it. So I did the video in my own attire, makeup and everything, and people loved the video. So
it was viral, I'm sure.
Yes. And people started coming, can you do it for my brand? Can you do it for my business? So I did that for close to 2 years for free.
It's like you have a lot of accidental entrepreneurship journeys. Yes, because you seem to start something without knowing that it's going to be something very great, and eventually it becomes great, and it opens another door for you.
Exactly. That's
wonderful.
The word. So people started reaching out, and I did that as let me use it as a word. Miles Muro said something in one of his messages I was listening to, that when God gives you a gift, you first give it to men for free as a seed. So for close to 2 years, I was doing videos for business owners free. I pay for the makeup, I pay for the attire for free. And so that also gave the brand more popularity. People were like, who is she? You don't know UdyFoods, you don't know UdyFoods, you don't know UdyFoods.
2 good years of free influencing service.
Yes,
wow.
And so subsequently I was learning the ropes, and I was also, because that's
getting better, perfecting your art.
Yes. So you don't need to, I don't work with scripts. Just let me know what you want to advertise. What are your customers' pain points? And I put together the video for you without scripts. If you give me scripts,
it just comes naturally
yes, it
from
comes
you.
Naturally from me.
Interesting.
And when I learned the ropes of Instagram, I realized that also you cannot grow alone. Okay. You have to use influencers. So I started looking for influencers that had a community of my target market. Okay. I knew that my target market were women, so I had to look for influencers, pay them, and that also gave the brand the visibility.
Well done, well done. I'm sure a lot of people have been able to pick from what you have said. For me, as a viewer, and I'm listening to you, I can see that you started this business on the foundation of faith and God, and nobody can take that away from you. And by listening to him, you're able to take those strategic steps at every point of your journey, and that has taken you to the next level, and I'm sure it's going to do exceedingly well with you. I'm sure you're just starting, but I'm sure right now a lot of people would like to know, especially those who are working in the 9-to-5 jobs, how they can transit from their 9-to-5 job to an entrepreneurship journey, or start up a business, or what's the right time for them to actually do it. That's the right time to move from 9-to-5 job to a business.
I don't advise them to leave immediately. That you've discovered your passion, you've discovered what you want to do. I think
this is what you want to do.
Now say, oh, I want to
leave. Okay.
No. From my own experience, and if I had to advise anybody, I just started a platform called the 9-to-5 Side Biz. So where I help 9-to-5 start side businesses alongside their 9-to-5. And I always say that this is something I didn't know while at my 9-to-5. If I knew, UdyFoods would not be here. I thank God for how far we've come, because I tell them right now, you want to start a side business, right? You want to be able to leave your 9-to-5 and focus on that business. Learn from your 9-to-5. Go to the procurement department and learn the ropes in the procurement department. Go to HR and learn.
So learning skills while you're working.
Yes, learn and build it.
Then that makes sense.
You now ask yourself, what do I love to do? Someone asked me, is it that you had passion for palm oil? I said, passion. You didn't have any passion for palm oil.
You won't get palm oil.
I just bought, and so I realized that people were happy that I was giving them quality. So along the line, I developed the love for it. The love was so, did I say the love now? The passion was so deep that I had to go to NIFO. That's the Nigerian Institute for Oil Palm Research. I was there.
That's in Benin.
Yes, I was there in that deep village for 3 weeks, learning
Benin
the ropes.
has the best palm oil in the world, actually.
And I was there for 3 weeks, learning the process. So along the line, I had that love. I was bent on quality. So there was a time we ordered for 100 gallons of oil, and only 4 gallons was good.
From where? Where did you order it from?
We ordered it for one of the suppliers at that initial stage when I started. And when I called him, he said, "Madam, no worry, just mix am. Nothing, nobody go know."
Oh my God.
Yes. I had to say, "You return it, is your loss." So I returned it. I said, I will never do that.
Sell the bad palm oil.
Yes. It was so bad that we're seeing one.
Are you joking? And it says mix it.
He said before
in
that it's
Nigeria.
good. So I just get a drum, mix it. We consume.
So that gives us an idea of the kind of products that are out there people are consuming every day.
Yes.
And that gives you that, I mean, you're the quality check for most of these things now.
So that's why I told myself I would never compromise that quality. Never.
That's beyond even quality. That's health. That's life. They're jeopardizing just in the name of money.
So for me, when you find that passion, think of what can I do? What comes to me effortlessly?
Yeah.
And if you have that, look for the person that is doing it. Look for that person. It's something that, look for the person that is doing it. If you love fashion, you love hair, who is the person doing it so well that you love? And approach the person. Now we live in this knowledge age where people have online courses, people have mentorship, people have coaching.
There's so much data out there.
Yes. So you learn the ropes of the business. I tell people that for 9 to 5, I don't want them to make that mistake of the market woman structure, buying and selling. Except you don't have a big vision for your business. Sit down, craft a vision statement, craft your mission statement, get your core values, put together a business plan. Those days I would think that business plan was one gigantic something. No, it's just for you to just put something simple, your customers, your segmentation, your marketing plan, your numbers, because that is what will push you. And that was all. For me again, what has really helped.
At what stage did you implement this, from the beginning or?
No, I didn't have that idea. I said it, yes, okay. It was after like a year, and a sucker for knowledge. I pay for trainings a lot. Anywhere I hear that there's a training, because I didn't have that foundation, I go. And one of the things training helps me is that it helps me have a bigger picture for my business. Then
it motivates you to see that this is not the only stage you can actually achieve. You can do more.
And mentorship. I had a mentor that told me, the first entrepreneurship program I attended at Faith Foundation, I met my mentor, and she said she wasn't going to mentor me except I attended that program.
Wow.
So with my 3-month-old baby, going to work Monday to Friday, Saturdays.
In fact, that's the question I wanted to ask you. Have you been able to balance your career at the 9 to 5 when you're still working, the family, the business, and everything in between, and even your family, like your husband too? Okay, so how are you able to balance all that and juggle them? I had a nanny. Well,
so let me just say, I had a very good nanny. So she came in when my son was 3 months, so she understands everything. So
your support system was your nanny? Just your nanny?
No, not for the house front now, because that's the key.
Yes.
The cooking, the waking up and everything, she was managing it. Then when we drive together to work, my husband was working on the island too, so we go to work together, we come back together. So we had this time that when we come back, we are gisting on our way to work. On our way back from work, we are also gisting. Okay. And the kids were still very small. So I made sure that when I get home, 5, 6, I check what orders am I supposed to take. I quickly settle the family, settle August food, settle my baby, check is there anything, then announce it. So it stretched me because I was now sleeping late.
Exactly. And it will take a toll on your body.
For me, because I'm energetic, I didn't really feel it.
Never broke down?
No, I didn't break down. So that's when I realized that, yes, it doesn't work. That's why I told someone last week, I said, when you get to that point, shut down. So for me, after all the stress, when I get to my bed and wake up, I'm fine. There are times that I just shut down for a day or two. I don't touch my phone. I don't do whatever is going to happen. Let it happen. That is my show. So I tell people that you need to now understand your body system. If you feel that you've gotten to that point where you're so stressed, please shut down. Shut down and have people. So another thing that helped me was I now had staff. that could take orders. They'll just ask me for questions and I will help them. I'll tell them, okay, do this, do this, do this. So what of the thing to that, I'm not the Owambe person. So my Saturdays and Sundays were for business. So Sunday I go to church, come back, we settle the family, I get back into business. Yes. So it's a sacrifice they have to make. You're not going to run the same routine you were running without a business.
Some people till today feel that when you're running your own business, you have more time.
No.
But you don't even have any time. I can tell you.
I still get to my office now, 6:30.
To your office 6:30?
Yes.
In the morning?
Yes.
Okay.
So I pick my kids, I drop them off, and I drive immediately to the office.
So when do you shut down in the day?
So I shut down 5, 6, sometimes I'm in the office 9. But I try to balance
it as much as possible.
Yes. But there's a time that you are needed in the office. We are still small business. Don't forget that we're also trying to manage staff that are
I was going to ask, let me you can finish.
Okay, we're also trying to manage staff that until they see you, they are not motivated to work. And you're also trying to minimize theft. Theft is a challenge in business also. So you're trying to you cannot just take yourself out entirely and say, because it's now my own, it's a full-time thing, I can just leave them to run. No.
So I will go back to a question now. You have started answering the question. What are the major challenges in the food business that you've started, the food company? I think you mentioned one about staff in terms of theft as well as quality of staff. Okay.
So one of the things is also quality of the food. So I realized that, yes.
Why the quality of food?
I realized a lot of adulteration. Let me take an example.
Sorry, I need us, let our viewers understand you. When you say quality of food, is it the food that you prepare to give to people or the quality of food that you buy?
What you're buying.
Okay.
What you're buying now. There are a lot of adulteration going on in the market. So you get a bag of stock fish and they've preserved it with sniper.
Jesus,
oh, yes.
Lord.
It's being preserved with sniper. You find out
that... How can we tell? Please, tell us. Educate us.
The truth is that you just have to buy from the right supplier. So I have this constant supplier for stockfish. And at the point he didn't have, so we had to get somewhere else. It was so bad that the customers that had bought it from UK, US were calling us that this is what they were perceiving. And after that, we said no. So I told my customer, I sat him down, I said, my supplier...
Quality is a major issue.
Yes. I told my supplier that if you don't have, I'm not going to get it. If you have the one that is preserved, let me know, I'm not going to buy it. Exactly. I don't mind paying extra for you to give me the fresh one. And you don't mind
waiting, you tell your customers that it's not available.
So that's what happens. If you don't have it, it's not available. If we don't get from the supplier, like, let me say a bag of crayfish now. You get a bag of crayfish from the market, they blend it like that and seal. With the dirt, with the nylon, with the everything.
In fact, I think that's something I've experienced a lot, especially with spices, the black pepper. In fact, the last black pepper I actually bought, I've noticed that it wasn't black pepper. It had some other leaves that have been blended.
So they mix it up.
Yes, and it's so horrible. And it's becoming very confusing how to go about this. So is UdyFoods the only the go-to person for everything now? Or
there are also quality people that strive on quality, like a Gucci, like my supplier.
These are big supermarkets that I buy these products from.
The guy that we get bags of a Gucci from and yellow pepper, we tell you they mix that pepper, like the red pepper, the Cameroon pepper.
Yes, the Cameroon pepper, that's the one I'm talking about.
Take that one.
There's something like a dusty thing. I can't understand it because I cook a lot, so I can tell you that is not pepper. The pepper is very small, but there's some dusty thing. I don't even know what to call it. I thought it was thyme, but thyme has the smell and taste.
It's not thyme. They mix different things just to get that quantity.
Wow.
I ordered 4 bags of ogbonna, so I was asking him what are the prices. He said this one is 220, the other one is 320.
Wow.
And I said, what's the difference? He said, madam, you know now.
Wow. So we are just suffering and dying by the numbers. And that's why we are having a lot, the rise in cancer, the rise in so many of these diseases.
The same thing with palm oil.
I think you, I'm sure you're already doing it, but I think you need to even do a lot more in educating a lot of Nigerians about the
just
harm
like
of the food out there.
Someone said, how do I identify good palm oil? I said, it's difficult. It's really difficult. So for me, I just advise you, just stick to someone that gives you quality. Look for someone that has a quality palm oil, because in the process of doing palm oil, there's this dye chemical. You know, people want the very red palm oil. There's something they add that they add.
The real palm oil is not very
So
red.
I tell people that you might not be able to know. So the best thing now is for you to speak to someone that you know. That's why we show our process. If I'm going to the farm next week now, so I'll take you through the process. I'll show you that, immediately we harvest the fruits, it goes directly into the mill. We process and we package.
Okay, for my viewers who want to go into the food business, those who haven't even started or those who are just starting, in any way, maybe, there are different products out there, what would you advise them, like a step-by-step process they should follow? I mean, this program is to educate people in different ways. I mean, from the product side, from the finance side, and everything in between. So just if you can give them steps as to how can they do this successfully as you have been able to achieve.
So my first advice would be locate a particular niche. Don't start with everything. Food. Yes, for the food now. Don't be palm oil, fish, dry fish. Be known for one thing. You can be the go-to person for egusi. Okay. When you start, when you identify that, I want to do palm oil, the challenge we have also that we don't want to take time to do research.
Yes.
We just see that somebody's doing it online.
Well, let me do just supply.
You want to do palm oil. Where can I get the best palm oil? Is it Akwa Ibom? Like you said, is it Benin? Next, you identify where you can get that product in very good quality, fine, and quantity, it's okay. Your business name. What is your vision? Where do you see the business? What's your mission? Why are you going into it? Because that's what keeps you going. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you, I've not shared my challenges. It's a lot.
I'm going to go there.
So your vision and mission keeps you going. You've located, what is your core value? Integrity. Because when you have those things first, when somebody comes and tells you that,
critical with food.
Babe, mix this thing like this, you say, no, my core value, integrity. After you've done that, please get a mentor. A mentor makes the journey shorter. The mistakes I would have made.
So mentor for you to get advice and all. But the mentor, does the mentor have to be an expert in food or just a general mentor?
You can have a general mentor and also a mentor in food.
Uduak, there was something you mentioned when you were talking. You said you can take anybody's product and market it. So right now I'm going to give you a challenge to market Omon Couch to the world.
Okay, so my people, if you want to start business, I be you be career person, make sure say you dey watch this show. So right now, subscribe, make you like, make you follow, and make you share. Ogbonge information. I did this show as you see and so.
Thank you. Thank you for watching this episode of Omon Couch. If you would like to see more inspiring content like this, follow me on Facebook and Instagram. The handle is Omon Odike. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel